I want to go into satya as quickly as possible, and I will change between theory, asana praxis in order to feel, and then meditation. And I will make this twice, also theory, asana, meditation, then a small break, then again theory, asana, meditation. Yeah, so that you know what is expecting you. And as we are very few people, please ask if you want to know something, or if you do not understand me or whatever. Yeah. So my approach to satya, this is what I want to show to you, my personal approach to satya, because there are many aspects you could look at it. Now we are in a Zoom meeting. Yeah, Zoom is a modern technique to unite or to reunite. Yeah, with all the problems, but also with all the advantages. And the other thing is the language. Yeah, and this is why I try to speak English. Yeah, I think the language is a very important base to communicate, yeah, to unite. And we as yoginis, we have the big desire to unite, yeah. But for this, we need a common language, yeah. And I know that the younger generation of the EUY wants to, yeah, to speak English. Yeah, and I think this is, I want to support this, and this is why I really prepared a lot to speak English now. It's not so easy for me. Yeah. So you see, this is the way I look at satya. Satya is for me a social progress, yeah, a social interaction. And we have, in this interaction, we have to think about our responsibility. What can I do in this moment to take over responsibility for this dialogue? Yeah, and another spotlight on satya today is the 2nd of October. And this is a wonderful coincidence because the 2nd of October is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, he was born in 1869 in India. And you know, Gandhi has become famous for his way to explain with satya and ahimsa his political agitation, yeah, his political way. Yeah, he used these very old principles to explain a modern approach to politics, yeah, non-violence. And you know, Gandhi succeeded, finally this movement succeeded to free India from the British government. So with these very old ideas, yeah, and this is why Gandhi is for me an idol, as an idol, as an Vorbild, yeah, because I think we also, as yoga teachers, we can explain this with these old principles, a modern approach to society. And we have a lot of problems at the moment, ecologische, society problems, whatever, refugee discussions, yeah, and we can root in these old principles to argue for what is now. And this is why Gandhi is for me very important. And what is maybe also interesting with Gandhi, Gandhi was of course well rooted in the Indian philosophy, but he was not a yogi. You know, he was daily on a spinning wheel, but he did not meditation, but he was a Hinduist, but he was very familiar with the Jain religion. Yeah, the Jain religion, also die Jain-Religion, was invented or started in these big days when other religions also started, also when Buddhism emerged before Christ. Yeah? And when the Yoga Sutra was written, and I do not know it, I'm not an expert, a researcher on this, but I suppose that also the people who wrote the Yoga Sutra knew about the Jains, yeah, because the Jains have 5 vows. Vows sind Gelübde. Ja? Die Jains haben 5 Gelübde. And these 5 vows are completely the same as the 5 yamas of the Yoga Sutra. This is really interesting. So they must have known each other, or they must have influenced each other. Yeah? And Gandhi was very familiar with the Jain people. So we have already two spotlights on satya. Yeah? Satya is a social process. Satya also as a big question, how to take over responsibility. And satya is a way to root deeply and to argue for your action. Yeah. And as Veronica told you in the beginning, I am engaged in the Austrian refugee helper movement. We have a house here in Heinfeld. We are helping people, and a young man from Afghanistan is living also in my house. For me, this is really a help. Yeah, to when I go on a demonstration, yeah, in Vienna, then I hold up the Yoga Sutra and what is written there. Yeah, so this is where I'm rooting. Yeah, good. But of course, for this work, we need a lot of strength. Yeah, it is tiring, it is exhausting also. And this is why we have the next step. We have the niyamas, and the niyamas in the Yoga Sutra, they show us a way how to help ourselves, how to go this inner way to find strength. Yeah? And this is why I invite you now to sit with me a little bit in silence. Yeah, take a good seat. Close your eyes. Take whatever you need to relax now. What is your own practice? What is helping you to have a good seat? And now feel to your sitting bones. Fühlt zu den Sitzbeinhöckern hin. Exhale and imagine you exhale through the sitting bones in the cushion. Durch die Sitzbeinhöcker nach unten atmen. And then we start moving around our sitting bones. We make circles around our sitting bones. And one time we sit, we round the back and then we straight the back. Also wir runden den Rücken und wir richten den Rücken wieder auf und wir kreisen. Oh, and if you like to yawn, do it. It's so helpful. Wenn ihr gähnen möchtet, dann geht. And then we change the direction. And then we stop the movement. Feel again to your sitting bones. Imagine that they open and you can bring your breathing through the sitting bones deep to your roots. Also stellt euch vor, ihr atmet durch die Sitzbeinhöcker noch tiefer nach unten aus. Lasst diese Energie des Ausatmens nach unten ziehen. ankommen, to arrive at home in a good position, to arrive in yoga. And then put your fingertips on your shoulders and we start with back crawls. Dann tun wir weiter mit so Rückenkraulen, slowly. And again, if you like to yawn, auch hier ist das Gähnen hilfreich in der Stressmuskulatur. There is so much stress in our muscles in the shoulders. Oh. And then we change the direction and open in the back between the Schulterblätter. I'm missing the word, Schulterblätter. Oh.
Shoulder blades.
Shoulder blades, yeah. Open the room, the space between the shoulder blades. Ah, thank you. And then let it be. And again, imagine in the shoulders there's opening something and the energy can flow down to the roots. Like standing under the shower. Feeling, what is now? This is also arriving into satya. What is now? What am I feeling now? And then I want to make a mirror for you. Put up the left arm. The left arm. And just inhale deeply in the left side. And then you can take the right hand, put it on the mat, support you. And then we make a side bow. Side bow. And you can make some experiments. You can change the direction, Winkel verändern. You can yawn again. You can bring the palm to the ceiling of the hand and then you can bring the palm to the ground. Just feel. And then come back and feel the difference. Feel the difference between the two sides. Inhale into the difference. Also in den Unterschied einatmen. And then we take our right side zuerst nur nach oben, straight up. Open the right side. Simple, a very simple movement, but it's changing already. Relax the other shoulder. Maybe you go on yawning. Yawning also helps you to come here deeper into the breathing. And then again, a side bow. And yeah, try different movements. Forschen, like a researcher. You are your researcher. You are researching the inner movements, the inner feelings. What is now? Ah. And then we come back. Exhale. And integrate this new experience into your body. Let it flow. Let the energy flow. And now feel. What is your experience now, your feeling now? In this Zoom meeting. We are a small group, and so we can be very familiar. We celebrate the birthday of the EUY. We all love yoga. What do you feel now? Maybe it's a body feeling. Or an emotion, like happy or sad. Just focus on what is now. And then we bring our hands to our chest and chin to chest, and we are greeting each other. And greeting also the great tradition of yoga. So, as we are very few people, I would suppose now that we really get familiar and say something. Yeah, Veronica, we have heard you already, but maybe you just want to bring an input of what you feel now, if you like. If you do not like to say something about your feeling, then you need not. But I think it would be nice to get into contact.
It's for me, it's a really nice feeling in my whole body, and it's something it makes me bigger, feeling and the warmness inside, and happiness.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yes, it's really nice feelings.
I'm very sorry to interrupt. Can you please, Alexandra, put your mic more far away from your productor, because there's an echo now. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, and strength too. So it's the yes, many feelings. And really, I feel very full of life. So.
Good morning. I don't think I feel full of life, but I feel very grounded and very calm.
You are muted now. So if I may share, I also feel very much grounded, but I'm just so confused by that echo. It's really hard to speak. And nicely stretched on both sides.
So that was a very interesting experiment. I appreciated a lot that you mentioned that it is Gandhi's birthday, because can you hear me? Because I have some problem with my tablet. Sorry. Yeah, because obviously he is such an example of what can be achieved by sticking to something like ekagrata. So it was with ahimsa and satya, but we can apply with almost with any yama or niyama as soon as we fix our attention, our conscience towards it. And so that was very interesting to practice it through a simple sitting practice, sitting asana by bending. So thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So, as Karin said, the echo is a problem. Is it still a problem?
Unfortunately, yes. It wasn't there in the beginning, but now it's there. I don't know why.
Do the others also hear the echo? No.
Yes, I have an echo, so, but I have it also with Karin, so I don't know, it might be.
So we go on, we have to accept what is now. Yeah. I want to speak now about a little bit about why satya is for me important and why I want to encourage you to go deeper. Yeah, so to tell you a little bit my approach, and then we make asana praxis and then again meditation. Yeah. So why it is so important? For me, I was writing about yamas and niyamas and social responsibility in the last year. I was writing a book and I really felt that writing is bringing me deeper into a process. Yeah, and this was very interesting for me. I was very enthusiastic also. But of course, when you have written it, then it's again away, this big feeling. So it's the process what is so interesting. Yeah. And why did I write about social responsibility and yamas and niyamas? Because I was invited from the BDY, also the German Yoga Association. I was invited to a congress, an annual meeting with the title Yoga and Social Responsibility. This is why I started to read about it. But because of COVID-19, this congress was verschoben, and now it is in 22 and not in 21.
It was delayed.
It was delayed, genau. And in the meantime, I found a printing house in Germany, and they will publish my book. So this is very interesting what is happening. And yeah, but this is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that while I was writing in December, most of the time in December and January of 20 and 21, in our lockdown period in Austria, big lockdown. And I was writing, and on the other side, I was in contact with people about social media. Yeah, you know, social media. And I realized that we are starting discussions which cause problems. Yeah, we have different opinions. You know, all these discussions about COVID-19. There are people who say there is no pandemic, and others are very much afraid, and all these things. And this is also a discussion that unfortunately separated the yoga society. Yeah, and in Germany they have much more bigger problems than in Austria. Yeah, and I felt, and then I tried to make research what they are saying and so on. Yeah, but it's difficult. Yeah, it's because whatever. And I felt that it became for me a big desire, to unite in all these discussions and to find something that is a common base. Yeah. Because I think it's really dangerous, this separation of society. Also, the separation of yoga society is dangerous. Yeah? And so I think that we as yoga teachers, especially we yoga teachers, have a big responsibility now. This is my attitude. Yeah? A responsibility to show how we can bridge over. Yeah, we have a lot of methods to bridge over, yeah, and to show this, yeah, like Gandhi, maybe, yeah. The companions of Gandhi, they were called satyagrahis, yeah, the fighters, the Gandhi fighters. They were rooted in satya, and we could say we are also sort of modern satyagrahis, yeah, we yoga teachers, yeah. When we are rooted in satya, we can try to bridge over, we can try to make a dialogue, yeah, with people who have different opinions. And I think this could be a great task of the yoga society, yeah, especially in these days. And Gandhi wanted to free India. Yeah, we need not free Europe. Yeah, but I think we can free us from all the bullshit and all the lies which are covering us. Yeah, especially in social media, and we can try to find a good base. Yeah. And in a peaceful way. This is also very important, in a peaceful way. And this was also typical for Gandhi. So satya and ahimsa are very close. Yeah, it is very important if you want to root in satya that you work with ahimsa. Yeah, and I think there are a lot of modern methods to make discussions without force and without Gewalt. Yeah, but we have to work about it. And I think yoga is a way to come into now. Yeah, what is now? What are our feelings now? And this is also a big chance. Yeah. Because even if you have different opinions, yeah, about COVID-19, for example, yeah, but now we are together. Now we can feel together. Now we can work together. Now we have maybe the same love for yoga. Yeah, and this is a big chance to create a new reality that is now, and to get rid of all this what is separating us, all the different opinions, the pre-assumptions, all of our excitement and everything, yeah? To calm down and really to see what is now. Yeah, and we yoga teachers, we teach this. And I think, therefore, we have a great responsibility also for what is happening now. Yeah, and this is my what I think is my what I want to tell you, and I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you as yoga teachers. Do not be afraid of saying these things. Yeah, I know a lot of yoga teachers who say, no, I don't want to speak about that. This is only a problem. Yeah, people have different opinions. Yeah, I want to encourage you to say this. Yeah, and to search this common base. I think it is not a good idea to go like this. Yeah, and especially in the yoga scene, also in this esoteric, you understand? Esoteric movements. There are a lot of people who say, I do not listen to the news. Yeah, I do not read newspapers. I just sit on my cushion. Yeah, I'm not interested in what is happening because it's too complicated. Yeah, there are too many problems. Yeah, I do not. So my approach is to be open. Yeah, but I think this is a very old discussions. Also, 2,000 years ago, they already had this discussion. Yeah, should we go outside or should we just stay inside? This is also a long discussion, and I think when you look at the Yoga Sutra, the first step is yama, and yama means to go outside, to go in a dialogue, and the second step is niyama, and niyama is to look for yourself, and you have 5 yamas and 5 niyamas, and with this 10 principles, you have everything you need for a good life and for a good dialogue. Yeah, and I think this is so great. Yeah, because we as yoga teachers, we have everything. We have a wonderful instrument. Yeah, and then Baukasten, we say in German, or a wonderful Werkzeugkasten. Yeah, we have everything. Yeah, to work. And if we only teach yamas and niyamas, I think this is enough. Yeah, to teach, at least for me.
A toolbox, you wanted to say. Toolbox.
Toolbox, ja genau. Also yamas and niyamas is a wonderful toolbox. Yeah. So, but of course we need this inner strength. Yeah. Otherwise we get exhausted, and of course all the discussions, they are very tiring. Yeah, it is very, very tiring to keep contact to people which have completely another opinion. Yeah, and I'm trying this. For me, it is really exercise. But afterwards, I need rest. And maybe you all have experienced this now. We have this COVID thing. We have it nearly 2 years now, nearly 2 years. So we all have these discussions. And so we need this practice, and we need to get our strength, to find our inner strength. And this is why I want to go on now with asana. And I will change now my, yeah, and find, go to your mat. So, are you all on your mat? I make some cat and downward looking dog. So if you do not want to do something, please feel free to make something else or to make a rest. Integrate your own form of yoga practice. Yeah, I just want to go with you in a little practice. I just want to feel you well. So now come into the on your fours, Vierfüßlerstand, and just make some movements you like. Just feel free to move as you like. Go again into your body. Feel. Just feel what is now. Let it flow, let it breathe. And then we change to a cat bow, Katzenbuckel. Put your hands into the mat, the knees into the mat. Open your back side. Breathe in deeply in your back in the cat bow. Go on breathing. Einen Katzenbuckel einige Zeit lang halten, sich gut wegdrücken vom Boden. Den Rücken öffnen. And then go out of the pose and we change to the lion. The lion puts out the tongue. Just relax your tongue. And then again, we go into the cat bow. Press your hands into the mat and the knees into the mat. Open your back. Go on breathing. Open everything in your back. And then we go back and again to the lion, and the lion opens the mouth and just feel, what does it mean to hang out your tongue like a carpet out of the window, als würden wir einen Teppich aus dem Fenster hängen. Relax your tongue. And then we go on to the gedrehte Katze. Bring your fingertips together, yeah? Yeah, showing to each other the fingertips. And then take the left hand and bring the left arm under the right elbow. We go in this gedrehte Katze, turned cat. Relax the shoulder, relax the left arm. And then you press the right hand in the mat and you come up again and change to the other side. The right arm goes underneath the left elbow. Oh. come up again. And then we do this 2 times each side. Also noch zweimal jede Seite. And take 2 exhales each side. 1 exhale to come into the pose. The next exhale to relax and feel. Especially relax the shoulder to the ground. And when you're ready, go to the child's pose. Wenn ihr fertig seid, kommt in die Kindposition. Handgelenke entspannen, relax your hands. Just feel. What do you feel now? What is your breathing telling you now? Then again, stretch the arms, make the arms long, prepare for the downward looking dog, and then come in your way to the downward looking dog. And I propose that we make a walking dog. You come on the front of your feet to the toes, and then you bring the heels down to the mat. Right heel and the left heel, slowly. You can invest even 1 exhale each heel, make it slowly, enjoy it, this stretch. And what I also like very much is when I bring, for example, the right heel to the mat, then I press the left palm of the hand in the mat. And when I put the left heel in the mat, I press the right palm of the hand in the mat. Also wechselseitig üben, Hand, Fuß. And so I can relax, always relax the other side. Yeah? When I press the left hand, I can relax the right hand at the same time. And if you like to yawn, you can also yawn in the downward looking dog. And then bring the knees to the mat and go back to the child pose. Relax your hands, Handgelenke. And feel what is now, what has opened now, what has changed now. And then again, prepare for the dog. Again, we come into the downward looking dog. Yeah. And now both heels press into the mat and the hand Or do the way you are used to do the downward looking dog. And then we bring the left foot between our hands. Well, then I start with the right foot, but it's not important for you. So, yeah. And I take also some yoga blocks, but it's not necessary. Just do as you like. And then I start rocking. Ja, also so nach vor und zurück bewegen. Ja, forward and back. Little bit of rocking. And then I move like this. If you imagine you have on your tailbone a string, and this string is going up and down. Yeah, so we have this stretch. And then I bring the knee to the mat and I come up and I go to a turned runner pose. Gedrehter Läufer. Do it in the way you're used to do it. Be careful to your knees if you know you have problems. Enjoy the turn. Then I come back, we come back and change back to the downward looking dog. Also wir kommen in den Hund zurück. Bisschen gehen vielleicht noch oder nur stehen. And then bring the other foot between your hands. I take again my blocks. And I start rocking again, back and forward. Small movement, good stretch. And then again from the tailbone, also vom Steißbein ausgehend, diese Bewegung. And then I bring the other knee to the mat. And I turn to the other side. Then we come back. We come back to dog last time. And you can bend your knees a little bit, Knie ein bisschen beugen, and open your heart with a small movement. And the breast, also das Brustbein bewegt sich ein bisschen vor und zurück. Wie das Herz ausschütteln, to open the heart and to let everything out, too much feelings maybe. And then we bring the knees down again. And try to find a good seat for the next meditation practice. So, change to your cushion or to a table, chair, so that you can sit for some 10 minutes in a good position. Yeah. This is now a meditation. Yeah, I have worked out to bridge over, yeah, to bridge over opinions. Because I think it's very important that we do not separate. And I try to find ways to reunite. So, are you all ready? Good. Find a good seat. You can go to your sitting bones again. Relax through your sitting bones. Root. Also wirklich sich gut niederlassen durch die Sitzbeinhöcker in einen guten Sitz. And then feel the top of your head, der Scheitelpunkt. The top of your head is going to the ceiling. A long neck, entspannter Nacken. Relax your shoulders. Do everything you need to find a good seat. What is part of your own practice? And then connect with your breath. Where do you feel your breath at the moment? And feel to the quality of your breathing. We are yoga teachers. We are familiar with breathing. Our breath is always with us. Even when we do not care for the breathing. He is always with us. Der Atem ist immer da. He is always protecting us. Schützt uns immer. Sorgt für uns. Feel to this wonderful breathing. The way your breath is now taking care of you. The way your breath is now helping you. Also helping you to go deeper. Your practice. Your wonderful yoga practice. Your breathing is organizing everything inside you. But your breathing is also connected to the outside, to the nature. Inhale, exhale, you know. And so we are also connected to other people. We are all part of a big whole, of a big truth. We are all part of satya. And now, try to focus on a person which has another opinion than you. Stelle jetzt eine Person vor, die eine andere Meinung hat als du. Maybe you have noticed it in a personal talk, or it is a public person and you read it in the media. Das kann eine Bekanntschaft sein, eine persönliche oder auch jemand des öffentlichen Lebens. Whoever you choose, the difference in your opinions is touching you, causes emotions, which make you sad, hurt, or unquiet. And you see in this very moment no solution, no way to go out of this separation. Wen auch immer du dir jetzt vornimmst, diese Meinungsverschiedenheit berührt dich, sorgt für Emotionen, macht dich vielleicht traurig oder verletzt und du hast im Moment keine Lösung. Invite this person to take a seat in front of your inner view, in front of your inner eye. Lade diese Person jetzt vor dein inneres Auge ein. Eine Person, die anders denkt wie du. And now, feel to your breathing. In which way is your breath changing now? What emotions are emerging? Verändert sich dein Atem jetzt, wo diese Person da ist? Stay with your breathing. Bleib beim Atem. When thoughts are popping up, be friendly to them, but do not start a discussion. You have already discussed a lot. Wenn jetzt Gedanken aufkommen, nehmt sie freundlich zur Kenntnis, aber fangt nicht an zu diskutieren. Ihr habt genug diskutiert. Ihr wollt beim Fühlen bleiben. Stay with your feelings. Stay with your breathing. And see if your breath can help you now with the feelings. Accept the feelings instead of arguing. Bleibt bei den Gefühlen. Versucht jetzt nicht zu diskutieren. Akzeptiert die Gefühle, so wie sie sind. If you are sad, you are sad. If you are upset, you are upset. But do not make the emotions bigger. Just give them a place. And stay with your breathing. Akzeptiert eure Gefühle, aber macht sie jetzt nicht größer. Der Atem hilft euch, die Gefühle zu akzeptieren. Breathe. Emotions are not thoughts. Stay with your emotions. Let the thoughts go. This person is a human being like you, a feeling being, a breathing being. Does anything comes into your mind that has connected you once, or that maybe could connect you in the future? Wenn ihr an diese Person denkt, ist da irgendwas, was euch einmal verbunden hat oder was euch in Zukunft verbinden könnte? Do you find a healing spot between you or a connecting idea? Gibt es da vielleicht doch irgendwo einen heilsamen Punkt zwischen euch? Oder irgendeine Idee, die euch verbindet? Etwas Gemeinsames? Go on breathing. Your breathing is helping you when the emotions are stronger. And now, let this person go, like a fade out in a film. Lass die Person jetzt wieder ziehen. Then come back to your breathing and feeling of your body. Maybe we could start to concentrate on our sitting bones. We could start to move around our sitting bones. We can start yawning and stretching. And then we bring the hands before our breast and chin to chest. And we finish this meditation exercise. I want to make now some minutes break, just drink something or go to the toilet. And then we meet again for some theory, yeah? But go up, make some movements, drink something. Are you back again? Ja, everybody's back again. Yoga berührt, steht da. So, I see 3 people and yoga berührt. Yoga berührt is also back again. Yeah, I think so.
It's Veronica. Yeah, she's back.
Veronica, okay. Good. I go on with some theory, and this is a little bit hard stuff, maybe. I think we are yoga teachers of the 21st century, and if we want to think about satya and to root in satya, we have to know a little bit about satya and the problems of satya in our century. And of course, you could say we are yoga teachers, yeah, and we are not Soziologen and Psychologen and whatever, and we have enough to do to instruct yoga, yeah. So this is completely right, yeah. But sometimes I think it's interesting to read something that is not only yoga, yeah, and to focus on a yama and to go deeper, yeah. And this is what I want to tell you now. Yeah, we live in a post-factual world, eine postfaktische Zeit, nennt man das, postfaktisch. What does that mean? That in these days, emotions, feelings are often more important than facts. Yeah. Also the whole story is important, that it's a good story, and people do not care so much if this is really true. Yeah. And this is also a problem in politics. Yeah. This is a postfaktische Politik. And it is more and more difficult to discuss with people who are in a special Blase, könnte man sagen, in a special world where there is a good story, because they do not believe you anymore. Yeah, they have their own emotions and they do not care about facts anymore. And this is also a problem we have in all these COVID-19 discussions. Yeah, with people who have another world. Yeah, and it is good to know that this is typical for our time. Yeah, that emotions have become so important, much more important than facts. Yeah. And what does it mean for us yoga teachers? What could we teach our students? Yeah, we could say at least watch your thoughts and feelings. Yeah, and try to distinguish what is a feeling and what is a thought. Yeah, that people train at least to distinguish. Yeah, because the problem is that everything is mixed. Yeah, and when you feel, for example, you are feeling well now, yeah, then you maybe realize that this thought, yeah, is coming from the outside, maybe from someone else, maybe from the social media. Yeah, and there are a lot of toxic thoughts, also wirklich giftige Gedanken, which come with social media, and we have really to feel where I am now and what is my real feeling. Yeah, and so you could teach your students also to be careful. Yeah, and in order not to be manipulated, ja, and abused. Ja, weil das passiert dann eben auch, dass wir manipuliert werden und benutzt werden. And so I think you could be also creative to invent exercises, yeah, to work with your students about this field, yeah. What is a feeling and what is a thought? And is this thought in my head? Is this my experience? Or did I get it from someone else? From a politician or from social media? Is it really what I experienced? Yeah. So I think this is a big thing where we could work on. Postfaktisch. The second thing I want to say about satya is there is a term, it's called bullshitting. Yeah? Bullshitting. It's a term from Harry Frankfurt. He's an American philosopher. And he wrote a book published in 2005. It's called Bullshit. And bullshit means there is no connection to truth anymore. Yeah? The liar still has a connection to the truth. Ja? Also der Lügner hat noch einen Bezug zur Wahrheit. Aber the bullshitter simply doesn't care. Yeah? The liar is afraid to be detected. Yeah? But the bullshitter says, I do not care about truth. Yeah? And I think now we are yoga teachers. We are rooted in satya. What does it mean for us when so many people say, I do not care about truth? Truth is not important. What does it mean for us? I think we lose our base. For us, it is a basic principle. Yeah. And this also you could tell your students. Of course, there are yoga teachers and they say, no, this truth is another truth. Yeah, it's the whole big divine coming together. Yeah, the whole divine principle in meditation. It is not bullshitting and all that. Yeah, but I think, how can we come into the whole divine big when we are covered with bullshit? When this is our daily life? Also, this is a question. You can give me an answer, yeah, afterwards. Yeah, and so I would encourage my students to say, truth is important. Satya is important for our society, for our dialogue. And I want to encourage them to say it loud and to say it clear. Truth is important. Maybe it's also divine. Yeah, it's wonderful when truth is divine. For Gandhi, Satya was divine, was a divine principle, göttlich. Yeah, but yeah, say it loud. We need truth. So this was the second theory input. And I have a third input. And this is about the half-truth, semi-truth, die Halbwahrheit. And I can recommend you, I read a book, it's from Nick Gass, it's called Halbwahrheit. Yeah, it's in Mattes und Seitz Verlag verliehen erschienen. It's a small book. She is a German, she's German professor, yeah. And it opened for me the view of the function of semi-truth, yeah. Die Halbwahrheit, because the half-truth is connecting you to an experience you know, yeah, to something you have seen. But the other side of the truth is a false combination. And this happens very often in politics. Yeah, something is a fact, and then they combine it with something different and make false connections. And we think, okay, I know half of the truth is right, and so I believe the other half is also okay. And then I believe the whole thing. Yeah, that is the big danger of Halbwahrheit, of semi-truth. Yeah, do you understand? Yeah, as we know, we have experienced the half, and then we think, okay, the other thing will also be all right. Yeah. And we have also not enough time to check everything. Yeah, and this is what I want to encourage you as a modern satyagrahi, once in a while to take a time as an exercise and to think deeper. If someone is telling you something, recheck it. Try to research, is this really true? Both sides of this sentence. Or to ask, yeah? Ask people when they tell you something. Asking is a good method to recheck. Journalists also do this, yeah? Asking, rechecking, yeah? And in a way, we all are journalists, have become journalists, yeah? Reporters, because with the social media, everybody has an opinion, everybody's spreading his opinion, but nobody cares about checking and rechecking as professional journalists do. And this is what I want to encourage you. I'm also working as a journalist to, yeah, once in a while to ask more, to go deeper. And I think this is, you could also say, this is a practice of Svadhyaya, Selbsterforschung. This is also one principle of Niyama, Svadhyaya. To, yeah, what is changing with me when I am searching the truth? You can watch yourself. Yeah, we are trained to watch ourselves also, uns beobachten. Yeah, yeah. So this is a lot of input about Satya, but maybe you want to read a book about. There are so many good books in the sociology, philosophy, psychology field. Yeah, about truth. And I think it's good to get deeper. And I have written you in the chat. I have written you also a link to a YouTube video I've made about Satya. There again, I explain in another way what I told you. And of course, it's nicer to discuss and to go on thinking in a group. And I'm a member of a group, it's called Yoga for Future. It was founded from two Germans. Maybe you are also interested in what they are doing. Yeah, they have founded this Yoga for Future, and we are thinking, what can we do with our yoga instruments to, yeah, in all these problems we have. So is there anyone who wants to make an input now? Say something.
Just on a practical thing, I don't see the link, but that's we can probably sort that out later. But my query I have is, you know, about the truth. Because I have found, especially when I'm, as you said, you're talking to somebody who has a different opinion, they now call that their truth. or they call it their truth. So what they're saying is the truth. So it's not even that they're bullshitters and don't care about the truth. They actually believe what they're saying. So how do I then appeal to, well, I suppose I have to appeal to myself to accept their truth, or how do I embrace that they may be confused, or maybe I'm confused. I mean, how do I know? So it's not that they're actively lying. They actually believe what they're saying.
Yeah, this is a very important thing you said. You're right. We have to take them serious, the people who have another opinion. This is very important. Yeah. What I spoke about was maybe more these political things, which are really coming from people who invent them somewhere and try to spread it. Yeah, but in a personal context, yeah, of course we have to. Yeah, we have to. Yeah. This is the problem, to find a common assumption. Ja? Also eine gemeinsame Grundannahme. And my next meditation will be about this. What can we both accept as a truth, as a fact? And in my next meditation, my example is we can both accept that there, especially about COVID-19, that there are victims. Even if you say, I do not care about vaccination and there is no pandemic and there is nothing, and the other people's, so whatever, yeah. But maybe we can also come to this base that there are victims, that we are all suffering, yeah. That people who have died, have suffered, or who have long COVID, or the children are suffering when they have to wear this in the masks, in the classes, and homeschooling and home office, and that people who are suffering, who are afraid, and people who have separated, and people who are alone, and people who have vaccinated and have problems, or who have died from vaccination. This has also happened, yeah. And there are so many problems and so many victims, and maybe we can come on this basic assumption that we accept this. So this is just one idea. And another idea is also keep the contact, also in Kontakt bleiben. Do not separate. Try to hold the contact. Maybe to speak about something else, or to eat together, or to go for a walk, yeah, to do something together, or to do yoga, yeah, but also to hold the discussion, but not too long, because it's very exhausting for us all, and to ask, to discuss. And especially this COVID-19 discussion, it's changing. Every day you have new news, yeah? And the whole research is changing. And maybe also that people change. For example, I have a student, and she was totally against vaccination and testing and everything. In Austria, we're testing a lot, yeah. So now she's ill. She's ill, and I spoke with her, and this already changed her also, unfortunately, yeah. Now she says, the next time I come, I will be tested. So these things also need time. And I think meditation is also a good practice, yeah, to find what is binding us, what is deeper. And we should not overestimate all these facts and these discussions. And I also have friends, they are also completely against everything. And yeah, we embrace, we embrace a lot. Yeah. I think you have to find your own way. Maybe it also helps you to write about it. Your way to satya. It's a long process. And when someone sends me something and I realize, oh, this is from right wing. I get news and I see that they are produced from right-wing parties, yeah, against vaccination and all this, yeah. And sometimes it takes me hours to research and recheck and then to write my friends, yeah. And afterwards I'm so tired, and it takes me 2 days to recover. But yeah, go on. I think we all love the truth and we have to fight for it in our special way. A long answer to your question. Is there anyone else who wants to say something?
Just wanted to speak, but you have already answered in part. Going with the satya and this uncompromising research for the truth, we should go along with the shraddha, which is a faith, trust, and patience, because it takes so much longer to be able ourselves to listen to others and to stay calm during the discussions, not to get prone to angry feelings because our opinion is not the main one, and so on and so on. And so I think that we have a satya on one shoulder and shraddha on the other one.
Shraddha is trust.
Yeah, trust, patience, confidence in others, confidence in oneself.
Yeah.
So,
faithful.
Thank you. Yeah, this is very, very important. Trust. Yeah. Also,
and it goes with trust, because in Sanskrit they like to play on words, but then we have a trust and trust. So only you see the letters are almost the same. No, so forget.
Shraddha. Ja, trust. Genau, Vertrauen. To confidence. Confidence, yeah. This is very, very important. I think that my whole book is about confidence. And in the end, in the conclusion, I only wrote about this. Yeah? And yeah, this is a basis. And we find it in our belly. With the belly breathing, there starts the trust. Yeah. And we have to trust into the process. Yeah. In the process of satya. Also, when we are satyagrahis, let us take this word, we have to trust that our doing makes sense. That it makes sense to hold the contact, the dialogue, even if it's a long way, but that in the end it makes sense. Yeah, that we are convinced that it makes sense. This is also trust. And we have a long time, and we have a long breathing. As yoga teachers, we have a very long breathing, and we need this. Yeah, the patience. So, I suppose we go now on, I propose we go now on with some warrior position, modern satyagrahis. We change to the mats. Okay, it's not perfect. So we start shaking. Yeah, from your knees, you go in a position with bent knees and you shake in a position with stretched knees. Yeah, shaking. And you can also shake with your shoulders and your hands. Let it flow. So much theory. And then we come to Tadasana. Breathe from the shoulders to the feet. Now we root with our feet. And now put your weight on your right foot and breathe through the right leg. Put the weight on the right side and then you lift up the left foot and you start with 8, a form of an 8. Yeah, you can bring the arms also so to the side so that you have more equilibrium. And we make an 8. A front circle and a back circle. And feel into your hips, in the hip joints, into the Hüftgelenke. And then we stop again. And you are breathing through the left joint. And then you put your weight on the other foot and you start again with an 8, front circle, back circle, in order to bring some energy into your hip joint. Also wir mobilisieren jetzt das Hüftgelenk, bringen ein bisschen Energie hinein. Mit so einem Achter. And as you like it, you can make the movement from the knee or you can ride with your foot. So, and then we stop and breathe through the other hip. And then we come in a wide stand. Bring the outer side of your feet, die Außenkante, into the mat. Feel the opening here in den Leisten. Feel this form, this wide stand. And then bring the hands in front of your heart. And for some inhales and exhales, stay in this form. Inhale and breathe between your palms. Exhale to your feet. Einatmend zwischen die Handinnenflächen. Ausatmend bis zu den Füßen hinunter. Inhale in your hands. Exhale to your feet. A little bit like wie ein Gebet in die Hände atmen. Like praying a little bit, praying for peace, praying for a good way of satya. And then turn the right foot outside 90 degrees so that we come in a good Held 2, Warrior 2 position. Do it in your way, in your style, or with the other foot. You can gerade halten or a little bit inside, as you are used to your practice. Yeah? And then we make a very small flow. We start again. Inhale between your palms. Exhale, you go into this Warrior 2 position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come before the breast again, and you stretch the knee. Inhale between the palms. Exhale, Held 2. Inhale, arms up, knee keeps bent. Exhale, you stretch the knee. Go on with this modern satyagrahis in your feeling, in your rhythm, in your tempo, well rooted. Also take care also for your face, your eyes, friendly eyes, relaxed tongue. I'll make one last time. And when you have the hands again before the breast, come out of the position, go to Tadasana, and now feel. What is the impression of your hip now? What do you feel now? Then bend your knees, bring your arms on the thighs, also die Hände auf den Ellbogen, just to relax your back, and we make a simple turn up with your hand. 2 times each side with the inhale, just to relax a little bit. Then bring the hands to the ground. Round your back. Breathe in deeply into your back. Breathe in deeply. And then come up again, slowly in your way, in your tradition. Then we practice the other side. While stand. Hands before heart. Breathe in deeply in the hands. Like a prayer for a good way of satya. Wide stand helps us also to trust. It gives us security. And then again, the other side, prepare a good held warrior your way. And then we again make it in a dynamic version. Breathe in, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, keep the knees bent when you bring the arms up. Exhale, stretch the knee. It is not so difficult, so feel. What do you feel in these movements? What is the quality of your breathing now? One last time. We come back in a good stand. How do you feel now? So, and now we change to the last meditation. Yeah, we have 10 minutes left. Are you ready? So, we did some asana practice to get enough strength to go on with our satya practice. And this practice I want to devote, also ich möchte sie widmen, to all people who suffer under this disease. Also ich möchte diese Meditation allen Menschen widmen, die unter Covid-19 leiden. And I do not want to distinguish between the victims. I do not want to say he is more a victim, he's a greater victim, a smaller victim. I do not want to discuss that. Everybody suffers. So, find a good seat. Again, feel to your sitting bones. Maybe just roll around the sitting bones once more. Really to have a good rooting. And then say hello to your best friend, to your breathing. He's always for you. He's always helping you. And we want to deepen the breathing in order to deepen our trust. So rub your hands, make them warm. And put them on your belly, yeah? Under the navel. So my fingers are at the navel, yeah? So the lower belly. And feel. With the inhale, the belly is coming into your palms, is saying hello to your palms. With the exhale, the navel is going a little bit away. You know this practice well. This is the center of our vitality, Vitalität. And here we really can get a lot of confidence and trust. Here we can reconnect to our trust. And then bring the palms on your thighs, the hands on your thighs, auf die Oberschenkel ablegen. But try to keep this focus on the belly breathing. The whole time, keep with your breathing and the focus on your belly. And now, take a person into your inner view. A person you know well, a person you like, someone who has suffered in these COVID times. You understand this person very well. You like this person. And now we take this bhavana of karana, compassion, Mitgefühl. That means you stay well. Yeah, you have a deep belly breathing. You have a good yoga practice. You are well. but you open a box of compassion for this person, for this one person who suffers. You do not suffer, but you hold this box of understanding, of accepting that the other person has a problem. Mitgefühl. Karma. Karma does not mean that we are suffering. It means that we are seeing that someone else is suffering. We are realizing it and we are accepting it. And we have enough strength and energy to hold this room and to accept and see the problem of the other person. Keep with your breathing. And then let this person go again, away, let it fade out. Come to your belly. Oh, maybe a little yawning. Oh, are you feeling good? Maybe change the seat a little bit. And then we go and take another step deeper. Connect with your breathing, with your belly breathing. And then again, we open this box of karuna, compassion. And now we open this box for all victims of this illness, for everybody who is suffering, for the people who have died, for the people who have long COVID, for the children in school, for the people who lost their jobs, for the people who do not want to vaccinate, for the people who are ill because of vaccination, for the people who have discussions, who are separated, and also for all the people who live in countries where there is no medical service, for all the people who are simply dying in the street. And we sit here, we have our yoga practice, we are staying well. And we have this box of karuna, this accepting that there are problems. We are not suffering, we are staying well, but we can accept that many people have many problems. And when you realize that thoughts are coming and the thoughts want to discuss, let them go. Just hold this practice of karuna. Wenn die Gedanken kommen und diskutieren wollen, lasst sie ziehen. Haltet die Box offen. Keep an open box, open for everybody. Just listen. And then let it go. And feel again to yourself. What do you need now? What do you want to take from this 2 hours, and what do you want to let it go? Just a last view on this inner practice. And then we bring our hands in front of our heart. We say goodbye.